Hello, my beautifuls. I hope you're all having a fantastic Friday. I'm here creating content for my Conscious Coach program. And this week is all about shadow work. And shadow work is a really extremely powerful tool when it comes to shifting the stuff that's underneath. And I remember as I'm creating the content for my clients, I'm kind of sitting there and reflecting back into the things that I struggled with that before I even knew what shadow work was, right? And I remember one of my biggest triggers were people talking about money. Oh, it used to trigger me so bad. I used to remember thinking things like, they're just so flashy. Like, why do they need to talk about money so much? I'd see it on social media of someone being like, here's my car that I just bought. And oh my God, look at my amazing mansion and whatever it may be. And it used to trigger me so much because I used to be like, what is the need to be able to be showcasing your wealth to everybody? Like, what's the need to keep talking about how much money you earn? Like, what's the actual need? And it wasn't until I really then started my self-development journey that I realized this was nothing about them. That person, these people were doing absolutely nothing wrong. It was a mirror to me. It was a mirror to the things that was reflecting back to me that I had in my shadows that I was rejecting, that I wanted to bring out. And when I looked at this, I was like, wow, that's so true, because I used to admire the confidence of these people. I used to admire the fact they were so unapologetic about their wealth, their success, and how they can inspire other people. I'd be like, wow, actually this, when I really think about it and look into it, this is actually what I look up to, what I would like to be like. So that was the one start of it. Then as I started to do more of my self-development journey, I then used to get triggered by people selling too much. That was another one that used to come up. I'd be like, oh, why are these people selling all of the time? Because it's a business, Natasha, and that's what you do in business, right? But at that time, I couldn't see that. I just used to get triggered by it. And it wasn't anything about them, because if we don't sell, the people that I've invested in, my coaches and mentors, if they hadn't sold as much as they did sell, then I wouldn't bought, and I'm their ideal client. I needed the solutions that they were offering to what I was struggling with, right? So practically, on a logical level, it made absolute sense. You think about Harrods, the shop Harrods. Harrods doesn't stop selling. They don't shut down their windows and go, oh, we've sold too many Prada bags this month, we're not going to sell anymore. And oh, don't show them the red sole, just in case we offend somebody, just in case somebody hasn't done their shadow work and they're going to get offended that I'm selling a Louboutin, right? They don't do that. But as online business owners, we take that on as a reality. We take it on as a belief that we shouldn't be selling this much, and I'm selling too much. So when I used to get triggered by this, and this is when I started to learn about shadow work, thank goodness, and I really was able to do a deep dive without any judgment. I didn't make this about me. I made it about what I was thinking and feeling, what it meant. So I looked at it and I was like, wow, they're just showing me an attribute of what I have inside of me that I would like to bring out more. And I want to be unapologetic myself, and I want to show up and storytell, and I want to sell, and I want to how do I expect to change the world and be able to offer a solution to the problem that you are struggling with if I'm not going to talk about what it is that I offer, just in case I offend someone. I don't think about that. I'm focusing my attention on speaking to you because there's a reason why you are watching this video, why you feel my energy, and why you would want to work with me, right? That's just as simple as it is. So once I've done the shadow work, and it's an onward journey, it's something I'm continuously working on, and so you should as a female entrepreneur. So the Conscious Girls, you've got some amazing content coming next week. Just putting that out there. Like, you think you're creating results and wins now, you just wait until this. But I digress. We can have fears about being too much, too big, I sell too much, I talk too much. And a really funny thing is, the one thing when I was in school, what I used to get told off about from my teachers was what I spoke too much and I was too loud. I was constantly told that. You're too loud, you're too loud, you're too loud. Funny enough, this is actually what I get paid to do now, is talk and be myself. And yes, you know, I'm loud compared to maybe somebody else that isn't so loud. Okay, what is actually loud? Like, sorry, where are the decimal police going? Natasha is over 0.6. That means she's too loud. Whereas Susan's only minus 2.2, right? But it's funny now that that's actually, this is my job and this is what I get paid to do. There are always going to be examples of you're too much, you're too big, you sell too much, you talk too much. You're just the whole vibe of too muchness. And it's down to you to do the awareness work, do the shadow work so you can clear it. Because when we're doing shadow work, the shadow isn't bad and the light's good. No, you need to lose that judgment. We don't put any judgment on it. Only kind of, I want you to see the shadow work is kind of like, let's just use this as an example, right? This is this. So whatever's kind of hiding in there, however amazing or not so amazing it is, it's gone into the shadows. So what we want to do and what we do with shadow work and conscious coach is we take this out, we look at it, and we're able to shift through what we do want to keep and bring it into the light. Rather than hiding it away and expecting it to stay underneath the bed or expecting it to stay locked into the cupboard, because it never will. And this is why we get triggered. This is why these situations, when I used to get triggered about money, when I used to get triggered about I sold too much, all of these things, when I used to get triggered, it was when I really need to do the mirror work back on myself. Because you're never going to be too much. You're never going to be too big. You're never going to sell too much to the right, dreamy, ideal clients. I have the most amazing clients in the world. I have the most amazing audience that come into my world, whether they join the Tribe membership site to master their mindset, Conscious Coach, my online courses, or come and work with me one-on-one. I have the most incredible souls that come and work with me. I'm not too much for them. I don't sell too much for them. If anything, they're like, Tash, I didn't know about this. Tell me. So I want you to think about, if you are being triggered, which everybody does, it's your responsibility as the business owner, and you are your business. So you are your biggest freaking asset. Now, forget your Apple Mac, forget your iPhone. If they go in the morning, you still have a business. Isn't it a little bit more challenging to run your business without your phone and an Apple Mac? Yes, but we move. We find a different phone. We go to the library. We go to an internet cafe. Like, we'll find solutions. If we don't have you, the business owner, and if you're constantly being triggered and your unconscious is running the show, then you're going to come up with problems. The main focus, what I need you to focus on, is when these triggers are coming up for you, what do you do about it? Where is the action that you are taking to be able to transition through this growth? This isn't about hiding. When a trigger comes up, this isn't about you going, oh my God, I'm such a failure. I can't believe I got triggered by somebody talking about money. For example, I done a post probably about last month, and I wrote 20K in one day. How did that make you feel? And I loved the comments, but I loved the DMs of people messaging me going, oh my God, that triggered the out of me, or oh my God, that was so inspiring. I loved hearing this. This is good. This is awareness, because I remember many times where I would get triggered, and you're going to continuously get triggered. Like, things are going to come up for you at a different stage in business. Just because you might make 100K a year and you want to scale that to 200K, there'll be things that come up and trigger you. Because when someone's saying 200K, my first 200K was the easiest 200K, and you're feeling like it's not the easiest. Or let's say someone going, you want to scale your business to 7 figures, and someone else is saying, I made 7 figures in 1 month. Are you getting triggered? And it's not a bad thing if you get triggered. There's a reason for everything. So instead of hiding away and allowing the excuses and the BS to come up and go, oh, it's just this, or it's just that, or I don't have the energy or the time or the money or the blah, 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 blah. Instead, face it head on and go, wow, this is a really exciting opportunity for me to dig deep, for me to be able to clear away I've been hiding away in my shadows. for me to take it out, have awareness over it. Because once we have awareness over it, we can clear it. Once we clear it, we gain back, we regain our power. Instead of giving away our power to these triggers, it's never the coach's fault or the mentor's fault that's triggered you. It's a mirror to you. And instead of judging yourself going, I'm so bad because if I was confident or if I was untriggerable, then that wouldn't have triggered me. Stop with the judgment and go, this is a great opportunity. So see it. I want you to think about it in a way of approaching it think about this. Use your unconscious mind to approach it with curiosity, with interest. That's really interesting that triggered me. What was it? And then we do the deep work to really kind of discover what it actually is so we can kind of heal it, shift it, move on. Boom. And that is the power of what I work with my clients with shadow work.